Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick.
And my name is Chris, and this is one take, uncut. Nick, what we got today?
More bloopers, no doubt.
Probably.
We're probably going to put a video out at some point, guys, just with our bloopers because there's just so many of them. I mess up my lines all the time. But today we aren't talking about bloopers, are we, Chris? We're talking about XRP and an article that came out quoting Brad Garlinghouse, referencing that XRP could be the key to operating all of these stablecoins and central bank digital currencies. So this makes us potentially even more bullish on XRP than it has done in the past. But as always, if you do find this useful and informative and you are really big on XRP, go ahead and smash that like button for Chris. He really does appreciate it. And as always, do go ahead and hit that subscribe button. By doing so, you'll be kept up to date with all of the videos and live streams that we do here on the Cheeky Crypto channel. Right, Chris, shall we have a look at the markets and see what's happened in the last 24 hours or so, and then dive straight into this XRP article?
Yeah, I love this project. Let's get straight into it, Nick.
Perfect. Right. So if we have a look here, we can see that the overall market cap in the last 24 hours has shifted yet again. So it was about 2 days ago, we reached about $468 billion, and it retraced a little bit yesterday and has retraced again today. So we're now sitting at $451 billion as the overall crypto market. Okay. And for the most part, it's been negative across all of the coins that we watch on this channel, and XRP was no exception. It was green for the majority of the day in the last few hours. However, it has slipped back down. So it is actually trading at 1% negative, but for the last 7 days, it's actually positive by 4.8%. And obviously Bitcoin's the only other thing really that's been operating well in the last 7 days. It's 3% up. And we have Zilliqa, Hedera Hashgraph, RSR, Singularity.net and Polymath. All other coins that we watch here on this channel are in the negative. So for XRP, it's fantastic to see that it is up. And if we give that a click, we can just dive in here. It's at 26.6 cents per XRP token. So, you know, pretty good stuff, obviously, in the space of the last kind of 24 hours or so, and it's been doing pretty well. So if we have a look at the chart here, you know, this is the chart that we've looked at a few times, and it still has some of my drawings on it. And if we go here, we can see that this 50% retracement level on the run up in August is still or was proving to be a bit difficult, right? So it was tested here, it was tested there as well, and recently it's been testing across here quite a bit. However, it has actually just moved. It broke out on the 13th. It went straight up into the next zone, and then we started testing this area. This is the 61.8% retracement level. It pierced through, but wasn't able to close just above there. And then we've seen some immediate retracement happening in today's market versus yesterday's. But we are still, and the thing that makes me really extra kind of like bullish on this, Chris, is it's still higher. Even though we see red, it's higher than it was the day before. So that's a positive movement in that regard, right? It's higher than it was the day before, and obviously that was higher than that day, and so forth. So we're moving in the right direction, and you know, I'm incredibly bullish on XRP, specifically around the whole Spark token and the snapshot that's going to be happening for Flare networks in the coming weeks. I am anticipating that we are going to see huge movements as we progress through and start December, but I am not concerned at the minute. I'm quite happy that we've pierced through this 50% retracement level and we're moving in a positive direction overall. Yes, we've had a little bit of retracement here, but that is pretty common when you kind of breach these new areas. The market's trying to figure out where to go next. So Chris, that's pretty positive news. And then obviously we have this article as well, which is also incredibly positive, if that's how you want to take it. That's how I'm going to take it. And there are, of course, some select individuals that will not necessarily see this as a positive thing. But for me, I'm all about the XRP. So let's have a look and see what's going on. So this is all about XRP could be the key crypto asset in a digital dollar revolution, says CEO Brad Garlinghouse. I have to love that old Brad Garlinghouse.
Good old Brad.
Good old Brad. He always knows how to get us perked up, doesn't he, on a Sunday evening? So Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse believes that XRP may prove to be an ideal solution for central banks looking to usher their currencies into the digital age. So basically what he's talking about in this regard is there's a lot of central banks all around the world looking at creating their own digital currencies, commonly known as the CBDCs, the central bank digital currencies, right? So, he's basically saying that, there's an ideal situation here. There's a solution for this particular scenario. And let's see what he has to say about it. So in an interview with the Scoop podcast, Garlinghouse says that central banks begin to launch their own currencies, sourcing liquidity and compatibility between currencies could be challenging. And he's right. Is obviously you're going to have lots of different pairs, and you're going to have to potentially then start leveraging an updated Swift network, etc. It's complicated. It has a lot of different things that could potentially go wrong. So he's not wrong. There is definitely things to be considered here. And as we move through, he says is why Ripple is pushing XRP as a bridge asset to power cross-border transactions and exchange one currency for another. This is something that obviously we know about. This is the whole point of what XRP was created for. It's what it was designed to do, right? It was designed for cross-border payments. And the fact that central banks are looking to basically create digital currencies actually just enhances, in my opinion, XRP's position in this cross-border, payment solution, this transaction solution. So here's a quote: "The whole point of XRP in our context is to be a bridge asset. If you are using a US dollar stablecoin, you still need to get a Brazilian real stablecoin or Australian stablecoin. The point of Ripple's efforts is to enable a lot of efficiency and liquidity between XRP and the US dollar, and XRP and the Australian dollar. You just have to worry about one bridge as opposed to liquidity between every pair." So just using stablecoins doesn't really solve the problem that XRP is solving. XRP is an extremely efficient, extremely scalable blockchain, is ideally suitable for that. So what he's talking about there is basically saying, if you wanted to create liquidity, you're going to have liquidity between a US stablecoin, Australian stablecoin, a Canadian stablecoin, a UK stablecoin, an EU stablecoin, right? All of them. So you'd have to have liquidity everywhere. So nothing changes. It's exactly the same, only digitalized, right? So then there's huge implications to that, as we know, right? Lots of centralized banks or banking, they have to have just money everywhere, stashed, not doing anything, waiting for people to potentially want to convert into that native asset, right? So if we look at the UK, there's a UK bank that will have to have US dollars, Canadian dollars, even if they're digital form or, fiat form, right? They're still going to have them in the current system. They have to utilize something like XRP as a bridge currency to be able to basically only have to worry about one liquidity pool, the XRP liquidity pool, right? They don't have to worry about all of the different pairs. So, hopefully this is making it very clear. It's very clear to me of exactly what XRP is designed to do. And there's this kind of like perfect storm coming up, Chris, where, all of these stable coins that are starting to exist in all these different countries will need to start interacting with each other. And how do they do it? And XRP is that key. Right, so moving on. In addition, he says that Ripple is exploring more ways to branch out of cross-border payments realm in the future. And here's the quote. "So we will certainly enter other vertical markets, and we won't just be a cross-border payment solution. We want to help customers grow and scale their business. On-demand liquidity does that. Line of credit does that. And we will certainly look at verticals, and maybe it's insurance, and maybe it's trade finance. There are lots of other examples where blockchain technologies can be brought to bear to reduce the friction and improve the efficiencies of those transactions. So absolutely fantastic, Chris. I think there's lots going on in the world, right? So many different countries creating their own centralized bank digital currencies, and XRP could be that key. I do believe that, Chris.
Yeah, I do. I think you look at MoneyGem, for example. What's I think we've seen about 150% improvement in the last year with them, and my gut feeling is that that's down to Ripple and XRP.
Absolutely. So do let us know what your thoughts are, guys, in the comments down below. How do you take this news? I take this as another step for XRP, as an indication as to things to come, and hopefully it's positive. I see this as a positive step because, I mean, we look at the current situation or the past few years, we haven't had the same scenario where so many different countries are looking to digitalize their currencies, at least not vocally and publicly, and now we're entering that world where that is the case. And how do you think they're going to manage that? They're not going to look to Swift, in my opinion. Swift isn't exactly ready to take on this kind of work, unless you disagree with that, Chris.
No, I think one of the other things to mention is good old Brad has said that some of these technicians that are working for the banks have reached out to Ripple for advice, because obviously it's open, the ledger's open source, right? So Ripple don't necessarily need to be involved in the builds that the banks are doing, but it's great to hear that technicians from these banks are also reaching out to Ripple, because it means that they're seriously looking and considering it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. It's fantastic. I think the future is bright. We do just have to make sure that we have steady hands and not weak ones in the coming months and years, because I still see XRP as something that is going to take a while. There's a lot going on in the world. We've seen roadmaps from multiple different banks, and I think 2025 is a very good point where XRP will start to see some established level of play in the global cross-border payments solution here. So as always, if you're really bullish on XRP, have nice big bags, then do go ahead and smash that like button for Chris. He really does appreciate it. And as always, do go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so yet, and we'll stay up to date with all of the videos and live streams that we do here on the Cheeky Crypto channel. And with that said, we hope you have a fantastic day, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Take care, everyone.